a blind recording artist, a two-time Grammy-nominated independent artist, and a producer in a power wheelchair. Together, we hit number 13 on the Billboard chart, and not a single major label was involved. That is exactly how it happened, and what it means for every creative who has ever been told the industry was not built for them. Let me give you the full picture because the details of this story matter. Chris Redding is a two times Grammy nominated artist who has chosen to stay independent his entire career. No label, no executive telling him what is commercial enough, just pure vision and the freedom to execute it without permission. That is exactly the kind of artist I have always bet on. My entire career has been built around independent artists, not because I could not access the major label world. I have always known that the most powerful music lives outside of those walls. Independent artists make decisions based on vision, not contracts. And when you produce for someone operating with that kind of freedom, the music hits different every single time. When Chris and I connected, it was immediate. No label meetings, just two people who believed in what we were building. We went all in. That energy is what created his song Love Cure. Love Cure features Lachi, and Lachi happens to be a blind recording artist who brought a level of vulnerability and authenticity to this song that you simply cannot manufacture. She is actually the founder of an organization called RAMPed, which is for recording artists and music professionals with disabilities. I am a part of that. What she delivered on that record, though, is the kind of performance that reminds you why music exists in the first place. It does not ask for your attention, it commands it. When you combine Chris's artistry with Lachi's performance and the production holding everything together, the result transcends genre. It transcends expectation, and as it turns out, it transcended borders. Because Love Cure charted at number 13 on the Billboard charts out of Luxembourg. I hadn't even heard of Luxembourg before. Guess geography class failed me. Billboard is the global standard for measuring what music is actually moving people. Not streams manipulated by bots, not playlist playlists bought by labels, real people in the world connecting with the record deeply enough that it registers on the most recognized chart in the music industry. In this record, made by an independent artist featuring a blind recording artist produced by a guy in a power wheelchair, broke into the conversation at number 13. I mean, look at God. I want to be honest about what that moment actually felt like because it was not what most people picture when they imagine a Billboard placement. There was no party, no label announcement, no industry press release. Chris put an Instagram post, put the post on my story, and made a video. Really just a great moment to enjoy with a few people that made it happen. Just the fact that I could sit with this reality that every single decision made through this career, every time an independent artist was chosen over a more commercially obvious opportunity, every time the bet was placed on talent the industry overlooked, had been leading to this exact moment. That kind of validation does not come from a chart. The chart just confirms what was already known. Here's what I need you to really understand, because this is the part that matters beyond the achievement. This is about what happens when you stop chasing validation from systems that were never designed to include you and start building your own proof instead. The music industry has a very specific picture of what a successful producer looks like. That picture does not include a power wheelchair. It does not include an independent artist from outside the major label system. It does not include a blind recording artist who the industry would have overlooked. And yet, here we are on Billboard together as people who refuse to wait for permission to build something worth finding. Here is the business lesson that this experience permanently changed. Before the chart placement, there was already confidence in the value of the work, but there is something specific that happens when the industry validates what you already knew about yourself. It does not change your self-worth. It changes your negotiating position. It changes the conversation you are able to have with brands, with artists, with anyone who needs external proof before they are willing to meet you at the level you actually are. A Billboard credit is not just an achievement, it is a credential that eliminates a conversation that used to require a much longer explanation. Person building something. And for every producer, every creative, every person building something from a position the industry did not design for you, hear this clearly. You do not need the gatekeepers to say yes. You need the right collaborators, the right vision, and the relentless belief that what you are building deserves to exist in the world. Because when those three things align, the charts, the brand deals, the recognition, all of it becomes inevitable, not because you chased it, because you built something worth finding. Your path does not have to look like the path they built. It just has to lead to the result you are after. Build with vision, bet on the overlooked, and never wait for permission to create something that matters. If this hit you and you want to follow what gets built next, subscribe. New videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I will see you on the next one.